pleasant day. My name is Deborah and this is my presentation for the second assignment in the HCI online program series. The International Standards Organization, acronym ISO, provides organized standards for many fields ranging from construction to engineering. The usage of the ISO 9241-11 guidance on usability provides guidelines utilized for the construction of websites and software. Usability is defined as the degree to which something is able or fit to be used. It was important to measure the usability of each product. By this definition, the International Standards Organization provides studied guidelines that provide sound basis for the construction of websites. For usability, the extent to which a product can be used by specified users to achieve specified goals with effectiveness, efficiency, and satisfaction in a specified context of use, this being the International Standards Organization definition. These provide ISO standard 9241-11 defines effectiveness, which is the accuracy and completeness with which users achieve goals, efficiency, which is the resource expended in relation to the accuracy and completeness with which users achieve goals, and satisfaction, which is the comfort and acceptability of use. These represent basic commitments that must be met for the client side of the design and usability of a project. ISO/IEC 9126-1 defines functionality, the capability of the software product to provide functions which meet stated and implied needs when the software is used under specified conditions. Reliability, the capability of the software product to maintain a specified level of performance when used under specified conditions. Usability, the capability of the software product to be understood, learned, used and attractive to the user when used under specified conditions. Efficiency, the capability of the software product to provide appropriate performance relative to the amount of resources used under stated conditions. This allows further department of design and usability as well as the direct function of software and programming of the website. The criteria by which the ISO standards are applied are called metrics, which are also similar if not the same as heuristics. The common applied heuristic is the Jacob-Nielsen heuristics for usability. These are documented below. 10 Usability heuristics by Jacob-Nielsen. 1. Visibility of system status. The system should always keep users informed about what is going on, through appropriate feedback within reasonable time. 2. Match between system and the real world. The system should speak the user's language, with words, phrases and concepts familiar to the user, rather than system-oriented terms. Follow real-world conventions, making information appear in a natural and logical order. 3. User control and freedom. Users often choose system functions by mistake and will need a clearly marked emergency exit to leave the unwanted state without having to go through an extended dialogue. Support undo and redo. 4. Consistency and standards. Users should not have to wonder whether different words, situations, or actions mean the same thing. Follow platform conventions. 5. Error prevention. Even better than good error messages is a careful design which prevents the problem from occurring in the first place. 6. Recognition rather than recall. Make objects, actions, and options visible. The user should not have to remember information from one part of the dialogue to another. Instructions for use of the system should be visible or easily retrievable whenever appropriate. 7. Flexibility and efficiency of use. Accelerators, unseen by the novice user, may often speed up the interaction for the expert user such that the system can cater to both inexperienced and experienced users. Allow users to tailor frequent actions. 8. Aesthetic and minimalist design dialogues should not contain information which is irrelevant or rarely needed. Every extra unit of information in a dialogue competes with the relevant units of information and diminishes their relative visibility. 9. Help users recognize, diagnose, and recover from errors. Error messages should be expressed in plain language. No codes precisely indicate the problem, and constructively suggest a solution. 10. Help and documentation. Even though it is better if the system can be used without documentation, it may be necessary to provide help and documentation. Any such information should be easy to search, focus on the user's task, list concrete steps to be carried out, and not be too large. Quality and use metrics. Quality and use metrics measure the extent to which a product meets the needs of specified users to achieve specified goals with effectiveness, productivity, safety and satisfaction in a specified context of use. International Standards Organization provides the following metrics for effectiveness. ISO/IEC 9126-4 covers metrics for effectiveness. Task effectiveness. What portion of the task is completed correctly? Task completion. What portion of the tasks are completed? Error frequency. What is the frequency of errors? Learnability. Learnability metrics assess how long it takes users to learn to use particular functions, and the effectiveness of help systems and documentation. ISO/IEC 9126-2 Operability metrics. Operational consistency in use. How easily user send his/her intention to or receive his/her expecting results from software through what user sees. Error correction. Can user easily correct error on tasks? Error correction in use. Can user easily recover his/her error or retry tasks? Default value. Availability in use. Can user easily select parameter values for his/her convenient operation? Message understandability in use. Can the user easily understand messages from software system? Is there any message which brought delay for the user to understand and to start next action? Can user easily memorize important message? Self-explanatory error messages. In what proportion of error conditions does user propose correct recovery action? Operational error recoverability in use. Can user easily recover his/her worst situation? Time between human error operations in use. Can user operate the software long enough without human error? Undo ability. How frequently does the user successfully correct input errors? Customizability. Can user easily customize operation procedures for his/her convenience? What proportion of functions can be customized? Operation procedure reduction. Can user easily reduce operation procedures for his/her convenience? Physical accessibility. What proportion of functions can be accessed by users with physical handicaps? Attractiveness. Attractiveness metrics assess the appearance of the software, and will be influenced by factors such as screen design and color. This is particularly important for consumer products. ISO/IEC 9126-2 Attractiveness metrics. Attractive interface. How attractive is the interface to the user? Interface appearance customizability. What proportion of interface elements can be customized in appearance to the user's satisfaction? These metrics allow programmers to standardize their designs and produce conformant
Hi, my
work
name is
towards
Philip. This
pre-researched
is my
usable standards.
website comparison for HCI at Custard. We're going to look at two sites, Princeton University site and the Hampton University site. Both sites are based in the US, and I'd start by saying both sites are pretty good, but I hope you agree with me at the end of my comparison. This is the Hampton website with a logo to the top left and a menu and search function to the right of the Hampton University logo, and just underneath that another group of menus which are very good for websites, very standard. President's Corner, aspiring students, current students, parents, faculty, staff, alumni, and student life. For basic access for admissions to the university, and visitor's guide for you to understand online what type of university it is, and a student life account to back up the visitor's guide, faculty, staff, past students, parents, and current students, aspiring students, and a changing banner at the underneath. The site has okay contrast. It's more of a blended look. If I scroll down here, alright, you have the dark blue and the lighter blue, which is easy on the eyes, is very soft. And what you would notice about this site is the site is filled with video and media, which is understandable as we as humans learn greatly from their eyes and seeing. Right? The eye gate is a powerful part for learning. The architecture of the page it's a basic menu format, basic search format, basic menu again, a banner. Underneath the banner, however, is a changing grid formation. And when I say grid, I mean if we were to prototype this, there would be a box here, and there would be another box here. And if we do HTML, you know if you were putting this in tables, you would see the grid. If you were using the less than TB, greater than TB, you would see this in the table, and then you put your stuff there if that's the technique you're using. All the information below the banner is in a grid format. Another grid here, another grid there, calendar highlights. The quick links is also a grid highlight. Future video, which is bigger, basic sense. These are the ones to watch. Alright, featured videos, these are the hot ones, and the light blue. And then you have your social media. Speak about the videos with your friends. A pretty okay science and an understandable scientific. Pretty sensible. Put video, go online and talk. Yeah. Then you have your utility menu at the underneath and your validation for update to the bottom left. The site comes across basic. It has okay proximity. The writing via Nielsen would put it as very discernible. That's an okay heuristic there. The site's well made. It doesn't give any glitch or problem. And that's it there for the Hampton University site. the site's okay. It's not a bad site, alright? Except, you have to scroll a lot. You have to scroll down quite a way and you can lose sight of what you're looking at. This is the Princeton University site. The top colleges there. Now the Princeton University site doesn't come across as really blended in terms of coloring. It has good proximity, it's not jumbled, and there's a nice flow of information from the main menu, news, and then to stuff you may not really want to get into at first if you're on the website, but sometimes as a visitor you may actually go from right to left, but the main stuff's on the left. Now Hampton utilized a grid menu format with a lot of videos for you to sit and watch and learn quickly. The alternate to that being well thought out menus and proper wording. Alright, wording that purveys information legibly and clearly to the surfer. Princeton utilizes a fat menu format. I'll show you what I mean by fat menus. If we were to prototype this, there would be a box here. There's the next box here. Right. And there's another box here. There's another box here. And you realize what I'm getting at. Alright, if we were to make the tables, then for the HTML we would probably see that sort of thing. Now the menu is called FAT. Alright, now the meaning of that is that it's a menu where there are a lot of like menus being displayed. One big set of menus in an area on the page. And this is a fat menu. It has about Princeton, academics, arts, international library, campus life, visiting students, and graduate school applicants. This is the main menu to the left. These are menus also being highlighted, but these menus are briefs of articles that are advertised on the website. To your right is for quick visits. You have community resources for someone perusing the site, website highlights, new career website, multimedia, view all, submit student work, and multimedia. Below this, visit Princeton One. I'm offline here, so you can't see the logos. Alright, you have all your social media underneath here. Take my word for it. And this is reminiscent of the MIT, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology site. The MIT site has the same idea of changing a theme, changing the pictorial theme on the site. Sometimes there are different themes on the site from every 2 weeks, or every 3 weeks, or every month. And that's the layout of the Princeton site. Now, if you had to compare the Hampton website and the Princeton website in terms of usability, what would you compare? Now, two things would come to mind. Your ability to carry out a task on the website and the time it would take to carry out a task. Now remember I told you the Hampton site had videos, stuff to watch and scroll down, but this isn't really indication to what the video has. You don't know what the video is going to say and you have to sit and watch an entire video. Now for one thing, the menu system has more variety. There's more information, alright, to nice students visiting campus, research, and whatnot. And it's all put together on the same site. But makes a difference to these two sites. The difference of these two sites is the search function for new visitors, and also for any student wanting to quickly jump to a topic. Your shortcuts, right? For these would be after usability. These would be most requested or most visited. Right? People usually look for this stuff. Then there's search topics. Right? You can just team the two together. Campus map and yeah, sorry about that. Right, and put the two together. Now, what makes it highly usable is, apart from the shortcuts, the usability survey that would have made this quickly, you have an A to Z and a sitemap. Right, and the A to Z and the sitemap set the site apart from the Hampton site. It makes searching and perusing all these menus quicker. You can simply search quicker and you can get to where you're going quicker. Even if you know where you're going, you can simply just sitemap quick go. Right, so you carry out your task quickly. It's very legible, it's very straightforward. New career website, it's not a difficult wording. Right, you may say the video is more, but you have to look at the video and you don't know what's on the video. And the video might be 2 minutes or 3 minutes or two half minutes, and that's a chunk out of your time. You want to look at you want to look at Princeton University site quickly, so you do so. There's A to Z in case you heard something somewhere and you came to look at it, which makes the site actually highly marketable and highly efficient. Alright, when you carry out your task quickly, you feel happy. Alright, and that's my conclusion. Well, hold on. And below we have the copyright for the site. And of course the update time, which is very important. Alright, March 13, 2017. The site is really up to date. Okay, and let's have a look at the Hampton site. So I don't know if turning back to the Hampton site, you're going to realize what I'm saying concerning usability and task and functionality, but this is the Hampton site. Alright, a minimal menu, a basic search, a banner, and a grid menu going all the way down. The grid menu goes all the way down. Social media and a utility, a page. The page model number and 2017 Hampton University. Now, I'm not really saying this is bad, but you have to admit that having a sitemap, an A to Z, and having that complicated search is sort of along the path of Google. Right, how Google search is real great. Search real great and find what it is you're doing, and this is the Princeton site again. Right, well explained, good proximity, and the site is also more contrast. Right, it has more contrast as opposed to the Hampton site. Right, it's more blended blue look. Okay, and I got to highlight again. You want nothing with that search. That search is amazing, and it helps you get the job done fast. Get your job done real quick with the Princeton University search. It's highly usable. Right, and it's well formatted, of course, for visitors. Right underneath the logo, visitors can look at all of these things. The social media is there, so you can put one big grid here for new visitors, and another big one here. Right, if you were prototyping for common users, Right, and the common user will come, he'll see his news, he'll go, he'll check student thing, because he already knows all this stuff, then he doesn't really have to go through that unless, you know, it's a page way back there. Right, and of course a small grid here, one fat menu, two fat menu. Right, now what this site shows is that you really can't beat, in terms of usability, it's like the prototyping. You can't beat, when you're prototyping, sometimes the simplicity you, you can utilize and put that could lead to that next real functional thing, whatever it is. Sometimes the simplistic approach actually makes the thing efficient. It's a matter of simply explaining and putting things in a way, in a science where natural human behavior will take place. Alright, because they put the cities here: resilient, adaptable, livable, smart. And as a new member, you may look at the new cities and your eyes can drop. You can either go up to the search, or you can go to community resources, which is small things, and then you can go on Princeton. On the social media, you can tab, and you can open an extra tab. You can talk to Jenny or Al, whoever, right? And it's a well-made site, you know. And in terms of search and the time it takes you to do a task, the sophisticatedness of the search sends down the time to give a task. And there's the Hampton site again. It's really simple. Put some movies and stuff. And it's okay. It doesn't really dish out. And there's a lot of them really. They're on the home page. So of the two sites, I'm going to say that the Princeton University site is the more usable site because of its proximity and layout. In terms of the new user and the common user, and its more sophisticated search and its site maps for you to traverse the site.